you had...
Wait, 1 second. Okay, now, wait, hold on a second. Okay, now it's recording.
Hi, Stephanie. So how long have you had Cender and Zorgvliet for?
I've had him now for just over 2 years. We got him sent to us by Peter Charles. I had never even sat on the horse. I had no idea what he looked like, what his name was, nothing. He just arrived in the United States, his first time ever out of England, and came over here. And then we were able to start off a little bit of work a few summers ago, or 2 summers ago, and then he had a break for a year, right? He had a year off, and we started up again last August. So we've been building up the work for a year now. Right?
Yes. And what divisions have you been showing Bernie in?
Well, we've started slowly stepping up to the Grand Prix level recently, and honestly, we've been taking our time trying to build up his confidence, work on the technical aspects of competing at home, building up his confidence and trust in me, building up our bond so that he could comfortably jump around the ring with combinations and hold his own. And now he's starting to really come together and prove himself, his potential to be able to compete at the top level. So we're excited. We still have a lot of room to grow, but we're building up from there, and slowly but surely I really think that we're figuring things out and becoming a great team. So it's exciting.
Great. What is the one thing you like the most about riding Bernie?
I mean, I think he's a different horse when it comes to riding him at home and spending time with him like this versus competing with him. I think that when I'm just working with him at home and riding around on him, I love the fact that he just doesn't have a care in the world. He just seems kind of like, okay, Mom, we're easygoing, and everyone always asks me, well, your horse seems pretty quiet today, doesn't he? He's really half asleep all the way leading up to the second we walk into the competitive arena. He's just with his head down low, relaxed, like absolutely nothing's bothering him. But then we go into the ring when I'm competing with him, and the minute I just say to him, let's have fun, let's get this going, it's like he just knows that this is the time to shine, as if he's been saving up all of his energy throughout the time leading up to that 1 minute when it counts to make sure that he can make it happen. It's crazy. So it's just fun to see how much he can change depending on what I need and what I ask of him.
So you like the fact that he turns the switch on?
Yeah, he does. Like, he knows game on right now. And we've seen that happen before where he just gets a little excited and takes it a little too far, but now we're really figuring out the recipe so that he stays calm when he has to and can take people around and be super sweet and carry my sister on his back after years without riding and keep his head and be like a little baby pony, but then at the same time go jump around a Grand Prix with all under the lights at nighttime with people cheering and music playing and know, okay, this is my time to shine.
Seems to be like you like the competitive Bernie more than anything else.
Well, you know, if I'm half asleep, it's fun for us both to be half asleep, but sometimes it's great to know that when he steps into the ring, he's going to pick it up and have my back, and we're both going to fight for the win. And I know that he has the heart for it, and that he wants to make me happy. So you see that so much more when we're competing versus just being at home, like walking around like nothing else is going on. It's still fun. It's just time for us to relax, you know, versus time for us to win. And we like to win. So
that's great. So Stephanie, what is your dream 2-year goal with Bernie?
Honestly, like, so much has changed with this horse. I didn't originally have that many expectations with him. As I said, he was just sent to me from Peter. I didn't know what I was getting, and I knew that he had the scope and quality, but we didn't know if he was going to be able to figure out the mental game of competing and be able to handle some technical tracks. And only this past weekend did he really show his true colors, his true potential to be able to mentally sustain such difficult components. And I really believe that, like, the sky is the limit with him. I think that if we keep on the same track, keep building the relationship and the bond that we've built so far, keep incorporating the elements in that practice that we've done, I think that he should be able to really be consistent and competitive in the Grand Prix in the California circuit. I think definitely coming up recently, I'd want to do some of the Grand Prix in thermal, some of the meter 45 Grand Prix, meter 50 Grand Prix there, and step up with him. Ideally go someplace else during the summer, do a few Grand Prix there, and then come back in the fall and try to aim for the World Cup qualifying circuit, because I know now that he handles the evening classes, the lights, the technical components of a World Cup qualifier very well. And even though he can do really tight turns, he's not the fastest horse off the ground, so he won't have as much of a shot winning the meter 45 Grand Prix where people are running around like crazy as he would being double clear and competitive in a World Cup qualifier. So we'll see.
More like a clear round jumper for you.
He's a clear round jumper, but unlike Quanto, who was definitely like the epitome of a clear round jumper who I could always rely on for a clear round, what this horse has is that extra bit of courage. So when he comes to the turn, he's not necessarily having to think that extra few steps, get his eye on the jump the way Quanto needed the time. Like Quanto used his mind to make it happen. He would come through the turn, think his way through it, and if I didn't give him that chance to think, he wouldn't want to do it as much. This horse, I can turn on a dime and just point him straight at a jump, and as long as I just tell him, look, we're taking off, he'll take off no matter what. So, and clear the jump, which gives me an added bonus so that in the jump off, even if I can't be as fast as the people running around the meter 45s, I can still be fast in the meter 50, meter 60 classes with him to get out of our third place, fourth place string and start winning some Grand Prix. Huh?
Do you find that he gives you a bit more comfort due to the fact that he's a bit more physically gifted than Quanto?
Now, yes. I think that what Quanto gave me as comfort was that he had the heart, and I understood him so well. We had his program figured out to a T, and I knew going in there that we had done all the preparation necessary. And up until this point, I didn't feel that way. I hadn't built that bond with Bernie yet. I felt as though I hadn't quite figured him out. I wasn't sure what the right bridle was. I wasn't sure exactly what sort of program he needed. I knew that he had the talent, but talent can only get you so far. And now what we figured out is his program. Now we figured out is what I can do going into the ring, knowing that I've given myself the best chance possible to jump a clear round and that he's there with me and ready to go. So yes, like being able to have that extra bit of scope so that I know that he can get across some of those bigger, wider oxers is great, and knowing in the jump off, more than anything, that I'll be able to make those inside turns and get the time a lot taken care of and be competitive is exciting as well. But now, having that bond and that trust and that relationship and understanding him so much better and him understanding me gives me the confidence that I had with Quanto,
To move forward.
Yeah, to move forward.
That's great. Looks very relaxed here, Stefanie. Tell us a little bit about his program here at Hummingbird Nest Ranch to keep him calm.
Well, basically the great thing about being here is there's a lot of space for him to be able to go out and trail ride, to go out in the paddocks and give his time to just be a horse and enjoy himself in between competitions. Like I said, he wants to save up his energy, and this is the ultimate place for him to do that. It's basically a horse escape therapy, so he can walk around and enjoy himself as much as possible, and we can get people out here to enjoy his sweet and loving tender side, spoil him like crazy, and ride him around. And then he gets his intermittent weeks of flat work with me, which we don't necessarily love, do you? Huh? And then him start doing some exercises and build his way up to thermal and to some other competitions. So it's pretty much the ideal place for developing him for downtime and for competitive time.
Well, great. Well, Stefanie, all the best of luck in the future with Bernie.
What do you think?